Chania in western Crete harbors rich traditions, history that stretches from Minoan palaces to Venetian forts, rugged mountains cascading to an endless sea, and mountains of food. This island, smack in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, is also the home of the Mediterranean diet, long recognized as one of the most healthful on the planet. It's based on fresh vegetables, whole grains, and olive oil. Lots and lots of olive oil. In this land of the olive tree, the heart-friendly nectar of the gnarled groves infuses every meal, a monosaturated fat that lowers so-called bad cholesterol. It is, these local residents assured me, a time-tested recipe for life.
It is statistically proved that we live longer. My grandmother died 96, my grandfather 97, my other grandmother 90.
But centuries of healthy eating and living here in Crete are now threatened by a new reality. And it's one with grave consequences for this nation known in ancient times as a model of moderation. Greeks are getting fat and fatter, so much that in a recent World Health Organization obesity study, Greek men were ranked first among European Union nations. Greek women came in third. Experts say the biggest weight gain was among young people. Some 10% of them are overweight. More than half of that number are considered obese. The epidemic has helped quadruple the number of diabetics in Greece in the last 4 decades, according to Dr. Stavros Papas, whose clinic in this state-run hospital in Athens sees some 10,000 patients, most of them overweight, each year.
Today in Greece, there's a lack of exercise. The family spends hours sitting around on the couch watching TV, and the younger generation spends hours in front of a computer.
Are fast food restaurants part of the problem?
Yes.
All the fast food and home deliveries changed the Greek philosophy of food and lifestyle.
That's because their work habits have changed. Longer hours, more households where both parents now work outside the home. The result? More diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and stroke. Dr. Papas tries to teach his patients good habits, but knows firsthand how difficult it is.
I'm overweight. However, all my social life revolves around food. If I go out with my friends, we end up eating at a taverna.
Dr. Antonia Trikopoulou, who directs the World Health Organization's Collaborating Center for Nutrition here, says the Greek fixation on food is partly explained by history.
The generation after the Second World War, they wanted to feed their children because they have gone through starvation, and they wanted to give to their children as much food as possible.
Okay, so this is the Mediterranean diet
pyramid.
She says the Greek government recognizes the problem and is acting to educate both parents and children about good habits with TV ads like this. In the school canteen, she says, they're replacing sodas and saturated fats with more traditional Greek foods. The government is also documenting traditional ways of eating and cooking, which it says are disappearing. In Greece's big cities today, Trikopoulou says, almost half the meals are now eaten outside the home.
It's a fact which we cannot ignore. So what we are thinking is just improve what fast foods they offer.
That's precisely the goal of this souvlaki restaurant in Athens' fashionable Kolonaki district, where food critic Dimitrios Antonopoulos brought us. He says even the slimmest models can indulge here without guilt.
Here we have the souvlaki on a pita. They call it lifestyle souvlaki.
So whole grain pita
instead
of processed flour pita.
Yes.
Yeah. They even serve salad on a stick here with plenty of vegetables.
You have a really tasteful meat, so you appreciate what you eat.
You're saying that if people would pay more attention to what they're eating, they wouldn't get so fat.
Yes, because if you are indifferent, so you just eat everything.
That's the same rule we heard back on Crete. Slow food, not fast. Yorgos Hagidakis is so committed to his ancestral diet, he's helping preserve this mountain village, Vamos, as an agritourism center, where cooking classes regularly promote the old style of eating. Our lunch took several hours to prepare, more if you count the shopping, and it was worth every delicious second. This, say supporters of the Mediterranean diet, is the only way to get Greeks back to the weight and the mindset of their heritage.
Eating is not only to feed yourself, it's a social procedure. It's a really nice time to spend your time with your friends and your family, to talk. We have to philosophize also, you know. And you can't philosophize with empty stomach, as you know. Remember the ancient Greeks. All the big philosophers, they were drinking and eating when they were philosophizing, you know.
I'm Lynn Scher for World Focus in Vamos, Crete.